Some of the most absurd things I've seen ever happening are going on revolving around the game Genshin Impact. At this point, the Genshin Impact game and the Hoyo voice are getting boycotted by weird woke activists. And the CEO's rental car got broken into during a recent California visit. And this is, I live in California. It's scary out there. I don't like to park my car a lot of places, not going to lie. And they're celebrating it. These are sick people. Remember that these woke activists just want everybody dead who's not along with their agenda. They claim they're all about diversity and inclusivity and acceptance, but they're not. If you don't accept whatever agenda they have, they want harm to come to you. They want your life ruined. This is how they act, and this is what they're doing to video games all the way around. Why it's so important that games like Genshin Impact just exist and don't bow to the pressures of these people. We'll get into this news in just a moment. Everybody, please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about the important things going on in culture. A lot of different topics and things to discover as the entire culture really is in a spot that we need to fight back. And I appreciate everybody who's been here joining us and sharing all these videos out because the word needs to get out. We get suppressed quite a bit, and it is what it is. I'm also a creator myself. This is my Hidden Emperor graphic novel. Been a little suppressed also, but we have overcome that, as you can see, with over $24,000 in support. If you love science fiction, if you love action, adventure, fun, back this graphic novel, support our channel. We're almost to that 25K mark, which I want to hit as soon as possible, where science fiction legend Blaine Pardo from Battletech joins us for a short story in the universe, which is going to be amazing. So please, this is in the description below. Check this out today and also share this with your friends because it's all word of mouth. That's the only way this stuff gets out here. We don't have a lot of corporate support, obviously, as we talk about things that are going on here. But numerous Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse boycotters celebrated Hoyoverse's CEO Liu Wei, a.k.a. Dawei's car, getting broken into as he made a trip to California. Like I said, these people are just sick. According to a social media post, Dawei's rental car window was smashed. A laptop from an individual traveling with him was stolen as he was visiting Sunnyvale, California, very close to here. And so here's the post. It says his car window was smashed in the Bay Area. A fan encountered him who had arrived in Sunnyvale, discovered that the window of the rental car has been smashed. Dawei was likely on a business trip for development office in California. We're visiting MiHoYo's partners in Silicon Valley. It's close to Apple and NVIDIA. Crazy stuff right here. Here's a picture of the smashed window up close. Wow, crazy stuff. This is just how they act. And here's the guy with the fan. And here's what's happening with that situation right there. Now, this is crazy enough as it is, and it sucks that this kind of thing happens in California. I hope it was just a random theft and not somebody actually like just trying to hurt him because of who he is. But you never know. I mean, that's just how things go these days. For those unfamiliar with the situation, a boycott was launched against Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse after the company revealed its upcoming characters from Natlan region. A Change.org petition with over 105,000 signatures was created in July, saying, "We call on MiHoYo to stop cultural appropriation and whitewashing in their games and commit to a more respectful and accurate representation of all cultures." MiHoYo, a leading game development company, has repeatedly taken inspiration from indigenous cultures without proper representation and respect. Oh, it's the representation, people. In particular, many of the characters from Sumeru to Natlan to Genshin Impact and Penacony in Honkai Star Rail are all clearly white or lightly tanned at best. They're cartoon characters, you weirdos. They're freaking cartoon characters. With the exception of the enemy NPCs, which have sparked concerns of racism amongst players and indigenous communities. It also declares cultural appropriation and whitewashing perpetuate harmful stereotypes and diminish the rich cultural heritage of indigenous communities. These practices not only misrepresent cultures, but also contribute to ongoing marginalization and disrespect. It then issues a list of demands to engage with indigenous cultural consultants, the little Sweet Baby Inc. DEI grifters that they want them to get their little muddy hands into the game, revise existing content to ensure accurate representation, and commit to creating diverse and inclusive characters. They all look pretty good to me. I don't know what the deal is. On top of this petition, an X account of the boycott declares, I think it's safe to say we all have had enough of erasure of our cultures and identities. Gosh, go play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Leave these games alone. Today, I introduce you to the Boycott the Hoyoverse. It will be an account sharing how you can boycott. Spread the word. Oh my gosh, they're coming for anime, everybody. They're coming. This I know this isn't directly an anime, but it is anime style, and they do want to blackwash this. Is really what it comes down to. It's quite the opposite. Everything these guys always say about like adding diversity or whatever is really about homogenizing everything so it looks exactly the same. It looks it has everything the way they want it, and the way they want it is not going to garner more sales or anything like that. It really isn't. If they added this, they'd never be happy. Then you have to add a transgender or something in order to make it more diverse. They're never happy. Then it's never enough for these people, and it's great when places like Genshin Impact just completely ignore them. It's great. The account adds, there's been a distinct lack of darker skin tones represented in the game. Characters from these cultures are actively being heavily referenced but are whitewashed. This is especially noticeable and ever-present not only in Sumeru and Natlan, but other nations. Now, these are fantasy worlds, fantasy nations, so why would they necessarily represent anything? It's ridiculous. I always say it's like kind of weird that every fantasy race in Rings of Power just has like some random black person. This is the Lord of the Rings Amazon show. You got a black elf who's there randomly. Like, where do they come from? Is there like a black elf Africa? There's a black dwarf lady who's like, in there. There's a black hobbit person, but there's like one in every village, and it's like these people don't like travel. This is like medieval times. You don't really travel outside your village very much. How did they get there? And how come there's one of every single one? And how come there's not like purple people or green people? Like, why are all the races have to be exactly like human races? For fantasy worlds, it makes no sense, and that's why these people are just completely insane. And you can see how insane they are. It's going to get even worse here after this. The practices not only misrepresent said cultures, but contribute to ongoing marginalization and disrespect. That's basically what this reads like. It's word salad. And is perpetuating colorism. Further in the media, causing even more harm than good to communities and groups of individuals that are a part of them. So here we are, and this is where they start to celebrate this guy's car getting broken into because they don't like his fantasy world. This is crazy. This is insane. Like I said, these people are about life ruination. They want you dead. They really do, and it's really sick how it all operates. Can the robber make Charas get melanin? Yeah, oh my gosh. Crying, don't tell me somebody actually blackmailed him into giving Natland character more melanin. I don't condone it, but like owned. That is condoning it. You poor car. Change the skin tone, LMAO. So yeah, I mean, this guy's car got broken into. That's scary. Got stuff stolen. As long as it's not something that harms him around him directly, I approve it. We should make them know we are serious about the dark skin and boycott. Wow. You approve thievery? For pixels? It's not pixels. If it takes influence from IRL cultures and whitewashes them, it's very harmful. These people are just terminally online. I mean, they're so mentally ill. It's very sick. And here's another saying he deserved it because he's racist and swears at him as well. Somebody called him a pedo because of this, which, that's just made up stuff that, people do also. Very, very weird stuff. They're completely unhinged, and this is the way of the SJW. They want their little diversity nonsense all in everything, which is always the same way. It never makes things more white. It never makes things more male. It never makes things more Christian. It always just makes things more hedonistic and blackwashed all the way around, and female or transgenderized with weird sexual fetishes thrown into it. That's all these people want over and over again because they want to validate the fact that they're miserable. And they are all miserable, and they want everybody else to be miserable with them at the end of the day. And so when somebody actually has some real-life problems, who's actually successful, and this man is successful, they celebrate it. And it's absolutely sick, and it needs to stop. We need to figure out a way to, shun this in our culture so it doesn't happen anymore, because this is way over the top for a video game. This video game looks like a lot of fun, and it's something that I hope will stop. So, gosh. They keep going after him over and over again, and you could see They're pretty nice. Customer service, thank you for your feedback. Please be reminded that Genshin Impact is a world of fiction, not related to actual people, events, groups, and organizations. We really do hope for your understanding. Pretty nice. Pretty reasonable. That's not how I'd respond to these people, but hey. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button, and please check out our wonderful graphic novel on Kickstarter in the description below. Again, we rely on support of people like you, and share this video out. We want to get the channel word out there and build this movement and build better. We'll see you soon.